welcome to Be the Light. I am your show host, Denise Rosonia, and today we are talking about some exciting alternatives available for your students. So I'd like to start today's show with our first guest, Susan Orsima from Noblesville High School, and she is the Internship Coordinator. So welcome, Susan.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So what can you tell us to start with, like internships? Who are they available to?
Okay, our program is available to seniors in high school. They need to have created enough space in their schedules for 2 blocks of time because we block up 2 periods together. They go out to their internship sites every other day for about 3 hours. We're on block scheduling. So they actually spend time with their mentors for 15 hours every 2 weeks. So over a 2-week period, they're there for 15 hours. It's just for seniors because we have things leading up to that to get kids career ready, and then their senior year come and kind of make a decision about a career pathway that they would like to shadow or be involved with, and they do their internship there.
So is this opportunity available then to any student that has that amount of time in their schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We try to offer internship sites for students that plan on attending a 4-year university and continuing their education there, and also to students that may go right to the career, to a career out of high school.
So what kinds of opportunities can they get through this program?
Oh my goodness, it's really whatever we can all think of. If they have an interest. This current year, we have worked with about 67 different businesses and nonprofits. So we have the medical field. We actually have a partnership with Riverview, St. Vincent's, and IU this year, and so we sent students to all 3 of those hospitals where they did rotation systems. The reason that we did that in medical is because the medical internship is really kind of an intense shadowing because they can't actually practice medicine. So we want them to get the concept of how a hospital works, how all the departments work together, and then also just get to experience different things within the hospital.
Yeah.
And then we have people or students here interning at Hamilton County TV and the sign shop with Jim. We have kids in law offices. You're going to meet a great young lady in a few minutes that's interning at Beck's Hybrids. We, Gaylor Electric, the mayor's office, just on and on.
Excellent.
So students will come, I'll have a meeting with them, and they'll talk about what their interests are. And obviously now that I've been around for a few years, I can do some almost immediate placements as I meet kids and know what we have available. But if somebody comes to me and it's something that we haven't been involved with before, we will jump into it and try to find a spot for them somewhere.
So how many years has the program been in effect?
4 years.
Okay.
Next year we're starting our 5th year.
Okay, and how many students currently do you have placed?
We started this year with 203 students. It started off as a pilot 4 years ago, and there were 22 students second semester. The next year we jumped to 70. Last year we were at about 170, and this year we started the year with 203.
Wow, what amazing growth. This is such an awesome opportunity for young people. So if they want to get involved, how do they do that?
They go to their counselor and let them know that they want to be involved in the internship program, and then they sign up for the course online, and then they have to fill out an application and write an essay for the program. And then once I receive that, I call them in and start the meeting process with them.
And when is that application process specifically?
It's going on right now.
Okay.
So the kids technically the applications were due on Friday, but I'm still had kids coming in today, and we'll continue to take kids as they get them finished.
Okay, so for anyone who's watching or listening to this, if you have a young student, I shouldn't say young person, if you have a student who's going to be a senior next year that would like this opportunity, they need to go ahead and get working on that process. And so where do they go? They go to the school website?
Yes, they go to the guidance, go to the school website and go to guidance, and they can find the application there.
Okay, and if they have specific questions on the program, do they contact you?
Come see me, absolutely.
Okay, and so how can they reach you?
My office is located in the main office, and if they go to the receptionist and tell them they want to see me, and I'm there, they'll bring them back, and if I'm not, I'll get the message that they needed to see me. Or if they can also email me, and sometimes that's easier.
Okay, and what is that email address?
It's Susan_Wiersema, WIERSEMA at Noble, NOBL.K12.IN.US.
Okay.
And they could also email me through Canvas, which the students would know how to do that.
Okay, now you also mentioned that there are some opportunities for students who aren't seniors. What types of opportunities are those?
Well, a couple of different things. We are freshmen every year. We have a growing career fair where businesses actually come to the school and set up information, and the kids kind of rotate through that. We have opportunities for sophomores and juniors to do job shadowing, and we also offer what we call, this is through guidance, industry tours. And students sign up for an area where they have an interest, and with other small groups of students will go and spend a half a day maybe visiting 2 or 3 sites in the area that is that particular career pathway.
Excellent. Well, that's really great. So all of these awesome ways to help get our kids to be career ready. I do want to make it a point to thank our show sponsors today, Hamilton County Television, Mr. Jim Wofford, and Chick-fil-A here in Noblesville. We are actually going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Welcome back to Be the Light, and again, my name is Denise Rizonia. I can't even pronounce my own name today, and I am your show host. I'm excited to welcome Megan Hayes to the show. Megan is actually one of the interns who's involved in the program that we just discussed, and you are over at Beck's Hybrids, is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So, how did you first find out about this internship program?
I found out about this program through seniors when I was a junior in high school. Okay. I just heard about it because my sister had a lot of friends involved with it, and they all really enjoyed it.
Okay.
So.
And so you thought, hey, this sounds cool, I'll give it a shot? I mean.
Yeah, because I have a wide variety of interests, and I didn't really know what I wanted to pursue when I go to college, what I wanted to major in. And I didn't really have much work experience, and I didn't have time to have a job after school. So I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to learn about what I like and don't like.
Yeah, that makes sense. So now the process itself to apply for the internship, was that pretty painless?
Oh yeah, very easy.
Okay, so just fill out the online thing, go in, do
Yep.
your essay, and okay, cool. So now, how long have you been over at Beck's?
I have been at Beck's since the start of the school year.
Okay, and what types of things are you doing over there?
I am in their research department because I have an interest in genetics, and so I will work with them in their greenhouses and in their labs. I shadow, I do a lot of hands-on. I have a lot of responsibility, and they trust me to do tasks there, so it's very involved, and I've learned a lot with them so far.
So has that helped you kind of hone in then more what you're interested in for a career path?
Definitely, because I can already tell just from the day-to-day activities where my strong interests are and the things that I'm not so fond of, and it's really going to help me make a decision when I go to college.
Cool. So what other benefits have you seen from this?
Definitely that I get to have the work experience and meet all these people, and they've already offered me a job over the summer if I wanted one.
Excellent.
So it's been great.
Yeah. So can you tell me some more about this experience?
Yeah. I've gotten to do all kinds of things, just from the day-to-day activities and the small things you have to do to complete research, like grinding up corn or watering the plants in the greenhouse, things like that, to bigger things like DNA extractions and
wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I'll get to walk through. Every day is different. I get to see each step of the process, and they've been really good about getting me to different parts of their research side of the business. So I get to see the whole process, not just one part of it.
Okay. Now, are you the only student over there?
There is one other student, but he's in a different part of VEX. He's not in the research department.
Okay. That just sounds really neat. I would have loved an experience like that. So, what idea do you think you might go into in college now as a result of this?
Yeah, in college, I have decided to major in biology.
Okay.
And something that I learned on my visit to Clemson is that they offer research for freshmen, which is kind of unusual. Usually you have to wait till you're an upperclassman. But I asked them about that, and they actually have agricultural research. So I could continue to do pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now, but I would have a head start because I already understand it and I've already worked with the materials and all the technology. So.
Yeah. What great experience to have under your belt going into that environment. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now what about, have you seen any other benefits? Like, has it helped you with college applications, with any scholarship type stuff?
Not so much on that side, but it has helped me just in general, not with just the day-to-day skills and tasks that we do, but we talk about soft skills a lot with our assignments that come with the internship.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see a growth in those areas.
Well, and what a great point that is, because that just helps not only with your upcoming college experience, but with employability. And
yeah,
that's really an excellent point. So it sounds like you're definitely glad that you did this.
very.
And
Yeah.
I assume you would recommend to other students then to check it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have to recommend it to my own kids. It sounds like a really awesome program. So, do you have any other information about the program you might want to share with us?
I don't know what else I'd want to share other than I strongly recommend it to any underclassmen. I mean, it's given me experiences that classrooms can't give me. You know, because in class, like, you can learn so much, but you can't actually go out and do an experience and find what you really like and what you don't like so much.
Yeah, so you get to be hands-on, you're empowered. It's really just awesome. Now, I did have another question for you, and I didn't write it down, so it just slipped my mind. Told you guys I just got to laugh at myself sometimes. I guess that's really all we have on this segment, so we will go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Welcome back to Be the Light. I am excited to introduce our next guest, Ron Brumbarger. That's a tongue twister. Stop laughing at me. From Apprentice University. Welcome to the show, Ron.
Thanks for having me, Denise.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you can be here with us. So this whole term, Apprentice University, this whole concept is just completely a new animal to us. Can you first of all tell us what it is?
Well, if you think about the alternatives that we leave most young people with today, it's graduate from high school, you go get a job, or you go to college. And we said, you know, there's a better way. There's this old-fashioned method called apprenticeships.
Yeah.
And so we dusted off the way that Franklin and Lincoln and Ford,
And my
Henry
dad.
Ford and your dad, okay,
My dad.
all learned, and that's through apprenticeships.
Yeah.
And we offer apprenticeships in professional careers of technology, business, and entrepreneurship. So it's the same old method that Lincoln learned law applied to high-tech, high-demand, high-paying, knowledge-based careers.
Now, is there a brick and mortar building associated with this?
Nope.
No.
Now, all of our students work with different businesses in our network, but we
Okay.
don't have a classrooms. We use my office in Carmel for my other business, for meetings, but all of our students work on the job. The on-the-job training is with the companies in our network.
Okay. So can you kind of explain to us, maybe give us a vision of how that looks? Like, how much time are they spending at a job in a week, let's say?
Sure. So to zoom out, our program is a 2.5 years about program, and the first month is kind of onboarding, just getting all the paperwork done and signed up and everything. With classes, all of our courses are offered online, so all of our students are getting their classes all ironed out and things. And then they spend 3 weeks at a hog farm up in Tipton.
Well, that's unusual.
We like the idea of teaching this concept of grit and rigor.
Okay.
It's too often lost, and for many kids coming out of high school, this is their first real job,
Yeah.
and we're a real employer. And so our students sign on, and after the farm, then we start placing them in the different companies in our network, and they'll work maybe 4.5 days a week, so 30, 35 hours a week, and they'll do that for the next 2.5 years.
Okay. So now they're also doing online courses.
The courses are all online, and there's assignments they do too. That's not exclusively. We meet with our students every other week in meeting rooms and so forth, and they give presentations and papers and things they have to write. It's academically very rigorous.
Okay.
And all of our courses are offered through what are called MOOCs, the massively open online courses.
Okay.
So for example, we have a class from Harvard, it's an Intro to Computer Science. We have a class from Hillsdale, it's a Constitutional Studies. I happen to think that's still important in 2016.
Absolutely.
Increasingly the minority, not to be political. We have classes on entrepreneurship from MIT and so forth. So personal finance from Dave Ramsey. So these are classes that you would take if you're sitting in a college classroom.
Okay. So now when they are out working in the field, these are paid jobs.
They do get paid. So our model's unique. Our students are both employees and students. So they're both enrolled and employed with Apprentice University.
Okay.
So they're earning as they're working in the different companies in our program.
So now what happens at the end of that 2.5 years?
Well, we're pretty confident that our students have about 4,000 hours of work experience over 2.5 years, and we're pretty confident they're going to have their pick of the career choices or job choices they want upon graduation. All the businesses that are part of our network have all signed up and agreed and said, hey, I'd like to work with Denise. I'd be happy to have her at my firm for the next 4 or 5 months. And I'll coach her and mentor her. And then when she's ready to graduate, of course, I want to help you land on your feet. So imagine if you have about, let's say, 30 or 35 businesses that know you, executives know you, and have said, yeah, I'll be happy to introduce Denise to my network.
Yeah.
You have an instantaneous network of professional references.
Now, knowing that some people are kind of hung up on this whole piece of paper thing, is there some sort of a degree or certification or something associated with it?
We do not offer a degree.
Okay.
We don't trade in credits. We don't understand that currency. It's a currency for collegiate academics, right?
Right.
And we don't get that. It's important, and it's for many kids, but it's for fewer than we send to college today. But the third year of our program is all about getting an industry certification.
Okay.
Now, if you look at all the literature that's out there, all the writing that's going on these days, universities are encouraging students, you finish your bachelor's degree, stick around another year, and get a certification in something. Well, we think we've got the best of both worlds. We're right down the middle of both of those. We're right down the middle of just going to work and just going to college. We're right down the middle. And it's a perfect fit for a lot of those kids that love to learn by doing. When you layer in the 4,000 hours of work experience in 2.5 years, we are that or equivalent experience option on most job applications.
Yeah.
Now, back to your question a little bit, we still see a lot of employers say you have to have a bachelor's degree. Okay, those days are decreasingly common. Those companies, the bigger companies, they're going to continue to filter that way, and that's great. They can do that all day long. But we know where the sweet spot is.
Yeah, well,
Because everybody wants to know about experience. What have you done?
right, exactly. It seems like in the past that question has been asked more for that purpose of making sure that you could have a commitment, follow through, because how many people do you talk to have a degree and are not working in that field?
We're not working.
Right, or not working. Well, I know a lot of women who spent many years in college who are not using those degrees, so yeah.
Not my stat, you can look it up, but half of Manhattan taxi cab drivers have a bachelor's degree.
No kidding. Wow. So now, is there a tuition associated with this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You gotta pay to play.
Okay.
Our students pay tuition,
Mm-hmm.
but they also get paid. So they get paid about 20-25% more than they pay in tuition over the 2.5 years they're with us.
Okay.
Now when they're finishing, as they come down to the end of their program, they've prepared, they've gone through the hog farm, they've done their courses. Their second year they have to start and run a real business. They have to file a federal tax return in order to graduate. All along the way they've built a professional network that's pretty robust.
Absolutely.
They get to the end and they have to present and argue their case to their mentors. We refer to it as Judgment Day. There's no grace on this Judgment Day. It's purely what have you done.
Mm-hmm.
And the mentors vote yes or no. Because if I'm going to take you to meet my friends as a referral, I want to know you're ready to go.
Right.
If you're not, I'm not gonna damage my network. There's no way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How many students do you have there?
Right now we have 8. So we're a little slower than we want, but that's okay. We've had a few that couldn't quite make the grade, and that's okay too. We're not for everybody. It's very rigorous. It's very rigorous. This is not a, I couldn't do this, I'll go try this. This is hard.
And
It's good.
are you seeking more businesses to partner with?
We are, absolutely. We're looking to add some additional career areas.
Okay.
Rather not say those on TV at the moment.
Sure.
But we're looking to add 2 or 3 additional career areas yet this year. So we're always looking to grow and increase our employer network as well.
Okay. Now, is there a particular application time in the year for this?
Thank you. Great question. We're kind of shotgun start, but we do have at the top of each calendar quarter kind of the next cohort that comes in. But if we found an ideal student that wanted to start in 2 weeks, we'd bring them on and start them in 2 weeks. And we've done that. We've actually bought out some students' job commitments from their other work and said, we need you and want you so bad, we'll hire you now, put you on our team.
Okay. So for any students or parents or businesses that are watching or listening to this, how would they contact you?
Go to our website, apprentice.university.
Okay.
It's a unique domain name. We have a Facebook page, so facebook.com/apprenticeu.
Okay.
We have an info session coming up in just a couple weeks. You could come and meet with some of our senior team, our staff. We've got a phenomenal administrative team, overwhelming. I'm the caboose of our administrative team. They're amazing. Come meet our leadership, and as a parent, look to see these are the people that's going to be coaching and nurturing your kid, your child, your young adult. So we have info sessions about once a month where parents and students, and we want parents there. This is a big decision.
Yeah.
We don't believe that every child, every student should go to college. It's for many, right? It's for many. It's the right thing to do. But it's not for everyone.
Right.
And we see that with the dropout rates and incompletion and so forth. Not my stat, but when 1/3 of college graduates aren't finishing, only 1/3 of college graduates finish, only 1/3 finish in 6 years, there's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we think there's an alternative.
Well,
Pretty confident.
This is just such a great program, and I'm so glad that you came on here today and took
Thank
some
you.
time to talk to us about it. I do again want to thank our show sponsors today, Hamilton County Television, Jim Wofford, and our Noblesville Chick-fil-A. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks.